Hello, welcome to my new channel. This is Georgia State Corruption. This channel is about corruption in my state of Georgia, and the purpose of this channel is to share my own experience with corruption on all different levels of government in Georgia, and to inform and educate people who have not experienced this, whether it's in my state of Georgia or any other state. Corruption is everywhere. It exists on the municipal level, the county level, and the state level. And many people don't understand that there are, a lot of the judges that work, in particular counties are actually state employees, actually appointed by the governor. That's the way it is with most states, or at least it is in my state. But in any event, the effects of corruption can be devastating. It comes in a lot of different forms. It can come in the form of, unreasonable expenditures or over expenditures, bribery, pay to play, and campaign contributions, which is an example of pay to play, as well as officials, state officials, government officials on all different levels who make decisions based on their whim. It can be as simple as that. It's as simple as that, but the effects are devastating. It can cause you to lose your home, or to lose your license. And attempts were made against me to take both, actually, from me, my home and my professional license. And I have been fighting that for the past several years, and it's been quite an experience. It's something that I never imagined could happen to me. It all began with my divorce and undisclosed campaign contributions that were not disclosed to me, that my ex-wife's ex-spouse's attorney had made contributions to the judge in my divorce case. Not only that, but the lawyer's former law firm made campaign contributions, and then when I went to appeal it to the higher court, the Georgia Supreme Court, same thing. The lawyer and his former law firm made campaign contributions to the Georgia at least half of the Georgia Supreme Court justices, which I had no idea about. I guess you could call me naive. I heard about, people being, political, having political connections, but I just didn't understand the extent of it. And ultimately, what ends up happening is that the rule of law and evidence, and what's right and wrong, what's equitable and fair, just gets thrown out the window. And oftentimes you have, judges issuing decisions with no opinion, just granted or denied, and you're like, well, what the F? I presented everything, and it favored me. Why didn't the judge rule in my favor? Well, it's because of political connections, political relationships that the judge has. So, but the corruption can occur on any level of government: executive, legislative, judicial. It's affected me actually on all levels. If you've been a victim of a crime and you're wanting your local county district attorney or state attorney to prosecute and they don't, it's disheartening. I will give you an example of something that I heard someone say. It was actually a U.S. Senator, Senator Whitehouse, during confirmation hearings of a judge who was trying to get a seat on the federal bench, talking about how if you got to the bench, would you be fair and impartial and apply the law and make decisions based on case precedent and blah, 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 and do what's right, treat litigants right. And of course, they always say, yes, I will, because they want the Senate and the House to approve them being a judge. So of course they're not going to say, oh, no, actually I thought about it and I don't expect to be fair. Actually, one judge in Georgia, and I'll give his name in a later video. Again, this, if you're just joining joining us, this is the first video that I'm making, and I'm just calling the channel Georgia State Corruption. This one guy actually said, and he was recorded, it's on C-SPAN, the Georgia Supreme Court Justice said, there's no room for empathy as a judge, which is completely not true. There absolutely is room for empathy on the part of a judge, and there have been papers about the importance of judicial empathy. I mean, half of the law, there's two areas of law. There's legal and then there's equitable. And the judges have a lot of power in both. And, equitable's more, it comes in different forms, either, telling someone to stop doing something or to tell them to do something. And a big part of being a judge is doing what's right, doing what's fair. But in any event, of course, a lot of folks hear about, bid rigging or municipal and county employees misusing assets, spending money, in a way that's not approved by the county and that deprives the citizenry of honest services. And so, I'm probably going to cut this first video, I'm going to, just close it down in the video in a moment. But I did want to introduce myself in this video. And I'm looking forward to sharing my story with others and exchanging information and ideas and thoughts and feelings about how corruption has affected you. The effects, as I mentioned earlier, it can affect every aspect of your financial life, your credit, and it can affect your livelihood. And these decisions and actions by these government officials have very wide-reaching consequences and sweeping implications. And it's, if you're a good person, you believe in doing the right thing, it's really sort of shocking when you observe or you're party to actions or decisions by government officials that are so counter to everything that is right, to what and what you would expect of someone that has character. And that's one of the points I'll be making, is that without a doubt there have been people, and I will provide names, who've made decisions that are totally counter and inconsistent with someone that has character. I mean, just not even a question. You don't even have to think about it. And you try to struggle to understand, and you can't. Some of these people have personality disorders, on the narcissistic spectrum, cluster B. Some don't. Some people, official, are just very evil. Some have no empathy, going back to empathy. So in any event, I look forward to making my next video, and I look forward to increasing my subscribership and sharing my information so that people are more equipped and prepared to deal with government corruption, not only in my state of Georgia, but anywhere in the United States. We'll see you next time.